All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What is up, everybody? Man, we got our early one here today on Thursday. Looking forward to it. I got my man, Fantasy Tips Matt, here with me today, so we're gonna have some fun. So let's dive into it here. But Matt, how's it going? Didn't get to do a show with you last week. Now you switched days on me over there. Now you're on Fridays, so I don't get to do Friday. So hey, I'm gonna enjoy this. Maybe it's a rare occasion we get together here this season. But hey, we're gonna pick some damn winners, have some fun, and make us some money today. But what's going on, my friend?
Yeah, man, happy to be on here with you. I think we're on every Thursday, so hopefully it won't be a rare occasion.
Yeah, I think it's changing, man. I can't keep up with it.
Yeah, I think it's me and you every Thursday. So we should be good to rock every Thursday. But yeah, man, I'm good. Excited for this slate. Always like day baseball. That's one of the beauties of it. You got two slates today. Main slate obviously locking at 1, and there's some good spots across the board. So excited to talk some ball with you.
Yeah, let's go. I mean, I had a pretty decent night last night. Came, a few points, a hair short of shipping the Grand Slam on FanDuel coming second. Wasn't bad. I'm not complaining. It was $1,500, but nice to wake up in the morning and see all them Discord screenshots. People doing well, all the members doing well. So that's always exciting to see. Good things to see. But man, today in pitching, Matt, it's like it's one of them days like the best pitcher in the planet's pitching in Mr. Scooble. So, I mean, and I'm not really too fearful of the righties that the Brewers have, even though they aren't really high strikeout bats. But Scooble definitely stands out for me. But we know if you play Scooble, you're going to be paying up for him. So if you want some of them expensive bats, you might want to consider paying down a little bit in pitching. The two sites kind of have the pitching a little bit different. Like Michael Soroka is the second highest priced pitcher on FanDuel, but he's literally 7,700 over on DK. On FanDuel, I'm not a fan of Soroka at that price, but on DK, I think he's definitely in play. You got Webb and Glasnow also that are in decent matchups. But how do you see this top tier? Do you think Scooble's a must jam, or do you think that you could get a little bit away from Scooble to maybe try to get some of them Coors Field bats?
Do I think he's like an absolute must play? No. Do I think he's by far the best pitcher on the slate? Yes. So, I'm going to play him. I'm sure you can build good lineups without him, if that's the question, but I can build better lineups with him. Best pitcher on the slate. I'm not scared of the Brewers. They're not a lineup I like to pick on a daily basis, but with a stud pitcher like Scooble, fine with the matchup. I mean, you mentioned it. He's the best pitcher in baseball. He's a true ace, top tier DFS pitcher. Basically, every slate he's on, he's going to be the top option unless he's facing a team like the Dodgers. He's not facing that team today. He looks like the top dog in all formats pretty clearly. Then I think you're going to see Tyler Glasnow get a lot of love. Nice price tag for him at 8,700. He's been good to start the season. It's basically Scooble, then Glasnow, then the drop off, at least for DraftKings. So I think those two guys are going to eat up a lot of the ownership. I also like Soroka on DraftKings. I think he's fairly priced. He's been good to start the season. Seems like an easy click with Scooble. I would be worried about the ownership, but I'm not, because I think Glasnow just gets so much of it. So I think those three guys are the clear top guys to look at on this slate. Other good pitchers, Sanchez, you got big time hitters, whether they're Logan Webb against the Dodgers, Edward Cabrera, same thing with the hitting weather. So I do think it's Scooble, Glasnow, and Soroka as the top three, with those other guys being tournament viable just because they're good pitchers.
Yeah, For me, I think the ownership's going to lie within like those 4 guys, like you said. I think Sanchez is a pretty good pivot off any of those guys. I mean, ground ball guy, yeah, the hitting weather there does suck, but we don't really have too many options here today, and he is a decent pitcher, so I don't mind him. And then really after that, man, I think it's a bunch of garbage. I mean, to me, I don't even see myself getting down to anybody else here, and the Waldrons or Cavellis or Davis Martin or Sprode against the Tigers, or I just can't do it. So, for me, I think I would just pretty much lie. I mean, we talked yesterday on the slate, like we didn't care about the pitching, like we were talking about playing Ohtani and, playing the higher owned pitchers yesterday, and we'd get a little different with bats. A lot of people were on Coors yesterday. We got a Coors game here today with a knuckleball pitcher pitching today. So that brings a different dynamic to it. But yeah, I think today is just simple at pitching. Like if you want a little bit more salary, you could look at, the guy like Glass now maybe as your SP1 instead of Skubal if you want to go that route to save the little bit of money. But I think pitching's pretty.
Yeah, the only other guy I'm like even kind of interested in is this J.R. Ritchie for Atlanta. I was big on Fuentes last night. I'm high on him in general. He's just got an electric arm, and he showed it striking out, I think, 7 guys in 3 innings. Unfortunately, he also got hit around. Ritchie doesn't have that same type of stuff, but he's been good to start the season. He's cheap. He's like the only other pivot off of, I think we see it basically the same as far as pitching goes, with me throwing in Ritchie as like a intriguing tournament, spend down option.
You know what? I like that. Yeah, that's why when I was doing the slate plan, Matt, before we hopped on here, I ranked my pitchers, and I basically had them like we were saying, and then I left the bottom open, like one more line, because I thought Matt might talk me into one low price guy that
right. That's all it is.
Look at. So,
I feel like I'm mostly with you though. Like you don't really need to get too cute with it, especially if you're playing like one lineup. And we see it just very similarly.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys play 3 to 5, maybe one lineup, 3 to 5 lineups. They go 20 lineups, do the 150. I think most people lie within the 20 to 3 to 5 range. So, I usually play 3 to 5 over on FanDuel and, mix it up a little bit. But, like yesterday I was saying, full fade in the Coors Field, or you just go for it, and I was happy I ended up fading it. I think that's kind of a deal we got here today as we get through these games here. But we got the stone pulled up, as you see. First game right out the bat is obviously a good one here. Atlanta and Washington. I said yesterday I thought the first 5 innings over was a pretty good bet. It was like 4-4 in the second inning, so I was pretty happy with that. But, this game here, I'm going to go – I like the Braves. I'm going right back to the Braves here against Cade Cavelli. This guy just is not very good. He's got a 16% strikeout rate so far to the righties, which is actually up a few points from last year where he was at like 13%. So I do like some of the righties here. Acuna. Austin Riley can't seem to hit his way out of a paper bag here recently, but I do like him a little bit today. Cavelli been getting hit around a little bit here by the lefties here too. He's got a 4.13 WOBA so far against lefties. Baldwin's been smacking the shit out of it. Olson's been looking good. But I really do like the Braves. They're up in one of my top stacks. And then Washington, I think, is interesting against Ritchie. I don't mind the lefties here. I think they'd be kind of like a sneaky stack for me. Woods, Abrams. If you wanted to look at those guys, they're going to throw maybe 8 lefties at this kid. So I think it's interesting. I don't really love Washington, but I really like the Braves. I think they're in a really good spot. And the Braves been one of the top hitting teams in all of baseball, top 3 in OPS. We talked about it yesterday. So I think the Braves, for me, are sitting at the top of the perch here today. I like it more than the Coors Field game, but I'm going right back to the Braves.
Yeah, another slate with Coors, a bunch of other offenses that look good. Braves right at the top of that list. Saw it yesterday. They've been one of the better teams to start the season. Really good matchup. You don't get the elite hitting weather that you do in a couple other spots, but man, one of the best lineups in baseball right now. Top through bottom, I think you can use 1 through 9 here. Michael Harris, just way too cheap. Red hot right now. He looks like one of, if not like the best overall bat on the slate. So, yeah, the Brave stack looks really good. And then I'm with you on the Nats. I'm intrigued by Richie, but, man, Washington's been so good against right-handed pitching to start the season. And they've got guys. James Wood has been a monster. Abrams looks great to start the season. Dalen Lyle, this is a team I could stack. I don't know if I'm going to prioritize stacking them, but they're in play just like Richie on the other side's in play.
Yeah, the thing with Richie, I was just checking out his minors. It looks like he's got a little bit of walk issues, but the strikeouts are there. 25, 20, 28%. It's not bad. But, if he starts walking guys, that could I was going to see if he got run on quite a bit. I can't find that. But, I do like the Nats. Again, I would like the over in the first 5 of this game again, actually. I think the Braves could get there themselves. But, that Nats bullpen is just trash. So, definitely have the Braves ranked up there pretty high. The next game we have here on the stone is my Tigers against the Brewers. Beautiful day here in Detroit. We got Brandon Sproat. Supposed to be a little better than he is. Young kid. I think the lefties here are definitely in play for the Tigers. I got them ranked up there in my top 5 stacks. McGonagall's coming out the gate looking like the real deal. This kid can hit. Riley Green, if he doesn't strike out, seems to be able to get the ball over the fence. You got Carpenter. So I do like the Tigers. On the other side, going against Skubal, no thanks. I don't even really see anybody there that I would even want to play as like a one-off against a Skubal that will definitely get some ownership today. I just don't like any of the righties that the Brewers are throwing out. So no thanks on the Brewers and their 2.5 run total. But I think the Tigers are interesting, almost sitting there at 5. Definitely lefties standing out.
Yeah, I'm with you again. It's hard to like the Brewers here. I'd be having to play a lot of lineups to get to any Brewers stacks. Tigers look better. I don't think they look amazing considering the other teams we have today, but Sproat, certainly a guy that looks like can get gotten. So that in itself puts Detroit in play as a full stack. I do like them as a stack more than I like one-offs, just because I feel like if Sproat is off, Detroit could have a big day, but there are just other offenses I like more if, everything is equal. So I like the idea of stacking Detroit. I don't know how much I'm going to get to them otherwise.
Yeah, I think the thing that worries me just a tad, like with Carpenter, is a late pinch hit risk. If they bring in a lefty, I think he could get pinch hit for. McGonagall and Green, I feel, are fairly safe, but Carpenter does seem to get pinch hit for. So, that's another reason why I wouldn't even consider using Carpenter as a one-off, but definitely got some home run pop. That is for sure. But moving on to the next game that we got sitting here is the wind-aided Wrigley Field Cubs and Phillies. We got Sanchez against Cabrera. 2 decent pitchers in real life. Not too bad.
Sanchez is an ace, I feel like.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you. So, Sanchez, we know this guy's got ground ball ability. Everybody's just beating the ball on the ground. Last year, he's at 71% ground balls to the left side, 56% to the right side. I don't really like any of the Cubs bats here, but on the other side, I think Philly is interesting against Edwin Cabrera. Cabrera last year gave up some fly balls to the left side. He's not striking anybody out so far this year. The right side, he's doing fairly well. He's getting the righties out. But, if there's a team that's got some lefties that I would fear, it's definitely the Phillies. Schwarber, I think, is in a good spot. You got Harper, of course, Marsh, Stott. So, I think they definitely got the ability to get to him in a win-aided type game, but I don't have them up that high. I do respect Cabrera, but I think the Phillies are definitely play. They got some pop. They got some upside. Maybe they get to Cabrera, and maybe they could pop a few over the fence over there in Wrigley today. But I don't love it, but I think with 6 games, I think they're definitely in play. Could keep up with the top stacks today.
I'm torn on this game because I think that makes a lot of logical sense. Like the Phillies look better than the Cubs here. Cabrera is good, but he's not as good as Sanchez. And besides that, like Sanchez is just not a guy you want to stack against, like ever, usually, because he keeps the ball on the ground, etc. That said, the field knows that too. So Philly is going to be owned here, in my opinion, where the Cubs, I don't think, get a lot of ownership. And that makes sense to me. But then I think about it and I'm like, Philly's lost 8 straight. They're not very good, at least right now. The Cubs are good. Yet Philly's the one getting ownership against still a good pitcher, and the Cubs aren't getting any ownership. So thinking about it like that makes me like the Cubs in tournaments. I don't know if I'm going to get there personally, but I think they do. If there was ever a slate to get, to go against Sanchez a little bit, today is it, just because of the weather. Now, that doesn't mean I want to full stack them. I think this is a spot where maybe you could pick off a couple. But all in all, I'm in agreement with you that, like, on paper, Philly looks better. Cabrera is a guy that, he's not infallible to getting hit, especially against lefties. And in this, in these conditions, I think Philly has big upside, even though they haven't been amazing to start the season. I do feel like, that will probably change, especially with their lineup. We know how good this lineup is. So this could be a good spot to get on them. I'm a little bit worried about the ownership, but everyone can't be owned. So the Braves, certainly the Padres, the Diamondbacks we'll get to. There's a bunch of good stacks today. So I could see planting your flag on the Phillies here, and I could see playing a little bit of the other side as well.
Yeah, I mean, to go on a little further, what you were saying about like Sanchez, if you just look over at the fly ball percentages of some of these Cubbies, I mean, it's not bad. They're overall 29% fly ball rate against lefties. I mean, so it's not like, like a team like the Brewers beating the ball on the ground all the time. They got more ground ball hitters than they do fly balls. So, I mean, I don't mind that thought with the Cubs there, just because they do have some fly ball capabilities in that lineup. So not too bad. And another note, just flipping around when you're spinning the optos, they sure do love some Adolis Garcia at that cheap price at 2,800 as a maybe a cheap piece to throw in your lineups. Has some upside, real cheap. I think he's 2,800 on DK, and I think he's like 24 or 2,800 on 2,600. I think he is on FanDuel, but he wouldn't be a bad cheap guy to throw in your lineups. The next game is the one with the highest total that we've been, fading here the last couple days. Padres and Rockies. We're sitting here looking at Ryan Feltner, who, man, this guy doesn't strike anybody out. They're definitely not going to be missing any bats here today. That is for sure. Feltner, we're sitting here looking at a 13% K rate so far this year to righties. He was down last year. It was like 18% to righties, 19% to lefties. I'm just not too afraid of the guy. The righties are actually smoking the shit out of him here. He's got a high fly rate, Woba at 466. But, and then you look at the other side here. I mean, the question, Matt, for me is I've always kind of had the belief in cores, balls, they don't curve or break as much. Guys got big benders. It's just with the altitude. And I'm sitting there thinking, too, that, like, I just feel like this guy's knuckleball ain't going to be knuckling all that much here in course. So I'm a little concerned. He does give up some homers, Matt Waldron. I mean, he's not going to miss any bats, really. So, I think like a guy like Mickey Moniak is really interesting for me. If you ask me, I think I like the Rocky side a little more than the Padre side here today. But the Rockies definitely are facing a tougher bullpen in the Padres than the Colorado bullpen. But, man, I think the Rockies are in a better spot here today against this knuckle guy. And I just got a feeling his shit ain't going to work today. So definitely could be something that we keep our eye on. But I think with the ownership, I'm just going to go back. Like I said yesterday, I'm either going to play my 3 or 5 teams and go all, in this game, or I'm just going to leave it be, I think. I'm going to leave it be again today, Matt, but I think it's definitely interesting. That knuckleball guy, Waldron, worries me. I think the Rockies could get to him.
Yeah, definitely. I do think your point about the bullpen, though, is largely, something I'm considering. because the Padres bullpen is just so good. And the Rockies, lineup isn't. So I like the Padres more, but I mean, I feel like that's like, obviously the Padres project for more runs, et cetera, et cetera. When you throw ownership in the mix, I think it's really close. I could see why you like Colorado more. I like both sides. Feltner's not good. Waldron could really struggle here. I don't think you have to play this game just because of what I said a couple minutes ago, in that there are other really good offenses today. Atlanta, Philly, Arizona. But I do think that both these offenses are probably at the top of the list as far as like expected outcomes. If you played this slate out 100 times, who are the teams that are likeliest to have the most success? I think these two are at the top of that list. Fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at it, for us, we're only playing this slate out one time. So might work out wonky.
It's baseball. That is for sure. But yeah, I mean, definitely an interesting game. I mean, we got a 3:00 game, so it's kind of in like the late window there too. So, that game will be going on with this next game, which has really been the game of this, last 3-game set here of games that we've had. I mean, the White Sox, Arizona, I think both games, the winner scored 11. So, I mean, White Sox coming out. I mean, these games have been softball games basically, especially with the roof open out there in Arizona. But, man, I think the Diamondbacks lefties against Davis Martin, I mean, they're in really good spots. Give me some Corbin Carroll all day long. Kettle Marte. I think Del Castillo is even interesting sitting there at the catcher spot for you. I mean, yesterday, too, I ended up looking at my lineup and, I ended up swapping out. I love the Braves and D-backs. I put them together and, all the optos are giving me Riley. I wasn't a fan of Riley. I put Arenado in there instead, bumped me up to Baldwin. So that ended up working well. That's pretty much why I ended up where I was yesterday. But I did say, Riley for me is in play today, but I really like these lefties of the D-backs here. And then, I mean, the White Sox, I mean, is this dude for real over here on the White Sox? I mean, is this guy for real? Murakami? I mean, this guy's smoking the shit out of the baseball here in recent times. So, I mean, I don't know how you discount him. I mean, there's such a salary difference between Soroka and FanDuel and DraftKings. Like I said, Soroka's a second. He's 10-7. He's only like 300 cheaper than freaking Scooble over there. It's like, man. And then you got him like 7,700 all the way down on DK. It's kind of interesting to me, but I think the lefties here could definitely be in play for the White Sox. I just don't like it as much as even like the past few days. But, man, I think the D-backs are really standing out. White Sox bullpen ain't that good either.
Yeah, Zona looks good. Surprised you didn't mention Ildemaro Vargas. This guy just on an absolute heater to start the season. 2 home runs again last night. This is like a year-long, like just utility type player that would play off the bench. He has been a monster to start the season. He's definitely in play in stacks. Had to shout him out. I like Arizona as well. They look good here. Davis Martin, the Chicago Pen, say less. I'm in on Arizona here. The White Sox are also intriguing. I mentioned I like Soroka, but the flip side of that is, good hitting environment still here. A White Sox lineup that is rolling right now. They're coming off a series in Oakland in which they won multiple slates. Now they're doing so again in Arizona, and the lineup is just seeing the baseball 1 through 9 right now. You mentioned Murakami, just homering every game, it seems. He was a monster overseas, so he's just kind of picked up right where he left off. The entire lineup, though, Everson Pereira, Colson Montgomery, Benintendi likely leading off. I like Soroka, but I would understand why someone would want to stack the White Sox in tournaments. They kind of remind me of the Nationals.
Yeah, I mean, you look at these White Sox, man. In the last 15 days, you go to team hitting. I mean, the White Sox are top 5 in slugging in baseball. I mean, they're right up there with the big boys. Like, I mean, the Braves, the Dodgers, the D-backs, Yankees, Angels. They're right there. I mean, and they're in the game. I mean, they're 6 in OPS as well. So the last couple weeks. So definitely White Sox been hitting here in recent times. So I definitely like that game as well. I think more or less if I was to play White Sox, I think I would just game stack it and just hope that game turns into a softball game like they've been. So definitely interesting. And then this last game we have here with the Dodgers and Giants. I mean, we got two pretty good pitchers here, Glasnow and Webb. I mean, I know we always say, hey, if you can get the Dodgers at basically lower ownership, should always kind of look at that. But now with Webb possibly being the cheap guy here and even on both sites, is this an opportunity? Maybe we can get some leverage playing some Dodgers here today. I don't really like the park, obviously, out in San Francisco. But, I mean, Dodgers are too damn good. We get Ohtani back in the lineup. Dodgers aren't, when you roll the optos and spin it over there on SaberSim, I mean, the Dodgers aren't popping. So you kind of got to jam them in if you want some lineups with some Dodgers. But I think the Dodgers might be a little interesting against Webb. I don't love it, but it's the Dodgers. We got 6 games, and I don't know how you can't ever not consider the Dodgers.
Yeah. That's all it is, right? It's the Dodgers. Webb is good. Webb is very good. He's not as good as the Dodgers are, and they're going to be very low owned. So that's all it is.
Yeah,
they don't project well. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I was going to say Glasnow's been pitching really well, too, on the other side. But, yeah, I mean, Logan Webb, I mean, you don't want to really fool with this guy. I mean, he don't even really allow the ball to get up near. He's got mid-ground ball lean. I mean, he's just too good of a pitcher.
I agree. And the only reason I think the Dodgers are in play in tournaments is because it's the Dodgers. But I do think that there are other stacks that look better. And the Dodgers are also really expensive. So, I'll never argue with anyone wanting to play Ohtani or really anyone in the Dodgers lineup. But I don't think I'm personally going to stack them. But I would understand the merit in getting to them in tournaments. Like we kind of saw something similar last Sunday, where the Yankees were against Cole Reagans, who's also good, and the Yankees were very low owned. They're the Yankees and did what they can do and hit a ton of home runs and won the slate. Dodgers kind of in a similar spot here.
Yeah, I mean, Dalton Rushing, dude's hitting homers too like crazy. But, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much going to do it for the 6 games we got here today. But, yeah, I mean, so I think we're pretty much on the same page in who we like. But, Matt, give me your top 3 stacks. Give me like a sneaky low-owned stack, and, let's keep the people happy. I threw out Matt Olson yesterday to hit a home run and came through. So let's see if we can both pull a home run call today.
I will go with my favorite stacks. I'll take the easy one, the Padres first. We'll go the Braves and the Rockies. For my home run call, I will go with I'll go leading off with actually, no. I'm going to go. You talked about the Rockies being a good spot. I'm going to go Mickey Moniak.
I like it. That's a good one. I was going to say almost stole mine. I mean, Moniak was on my list, but as you were talking, I decided to I'm going to go with Mr. Acuna to hit a home run today. I think Acuna gets the job done. He's a guy that, he's way too cheap over there on FanDuel at $3K. But Acuna, for me, going to get the job done here today. Moniak, for you, I forgot to ask you who your favorite pitchers were, too. I should have threw that in there. We can do that as well.
I'll say Skubal and Glasnow. Glasnow's just too cheap, I think.
Yeah, Glasnow's had like 6 over on FanDuel. He's been a lock for that quality start over there on FanDuel with them 6 innings. He's been pulling out every start. So definitely like that. But Matt, that is pretty much going to do it. But before we get out of here, I got to keep the boss man happy. And it's a great time to get over here and check out what we got here at Ship It Nation. I mean, you can check it all out here. 50% off your first payment. We got PGA, MMA, all the sports going on. You can use Stone 2 as your code to check it out. But Matt, looks like I said, we got a fun slate here today. If I can figure out where the hell we are, there we are. I can click us back on. See, I'm getting a little better at this driving shit. It's just been a minute, but not too bad, but still kind of sucks. Got to pay attention. But Matt, any last words before we get out of here? And let's ship us some cash here today.
No, always a fun time doing these shows. We got a small slate today, but yeah, let's keep the mojo going for next Thursday. So yeah, fun slate.
Let's roll with it. We got it. Slate plans up there. I'll throw up some cores here in a minute. Wanted to talk to my man here before I made some decisions on all of that. But appreciate you all joining us here today. And let's ship it.